Houston, we have a problem. It's been a couple weeks since this fitting blew, and it is still leaking like a sieve. So luckily it's gonna get taken care of right now.
So we are replacing our check valve on our water pump. Reason being, the check valve that is currently on the water pump is sealed this way. You can see how this one has been sealed this way. The other one is sealed this way. And what has happened is it has split this way on that seam. So I never thought it would be a problem. So we just have glue fittings on both sides. Well, now it's a problem. So now we're going to go to thread fittings on both sides. So in case this ever happens, we can just unthread it. And we don't have to cut any pipe. Right now we have to cut pipe and replace pipe. So what I just did was put the Teflon tape on here. And I like to use Teflon tape with the paste. This is kind of a hard set paste. Some are soft set. This is good for all kinds of things. There's a whole list. So we can do this now. And then I have a short piece of pipe and an elbow if we want to glue it together.
And that'll still unthread even though it's got the sealant on it?
Yep, you just have to use a wrench. That should be plenty. Don't get too crazy, you'll break it.
Yeah.
For anyone that does not know, pipe threads by design are tapered. Like so. So the farther you screw it in, the tighter it gets, which means you could split that. I've done that.
Do not recommend.
With cast iron.
Ooh.
On a water pump, on a motorhome, I just put a brand new engine in. Guess what I had to do for free? Change a water pump.
That sounds expensive.
It was about 20 years ago. We've done it with water valves too, remember that? We did that on the tank up top. Over tightened one of them.
Yeah.
Broke one of them.
Live and learn.
Live and learn. So this is directional flow. So when we install our pipe, we're going to have our short piece with our 90, and then we'll have our other coupler that comes in here. I turned off the water tank, disconnected the union.
We love union fittings.
And now I'm going to cut this T off as high as possible. We're going to see if we get wet in the process. That way we don't have to dig out of the ground at all.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is all glued together. You can see where it cracked.
So even though this is a threaded fitting, we were looking at it and it did actually fail. But I say that because it is tight together on this side, but then you can see how it's blown out there. And I cleaned it out and then put it back together to make sure that that was the case, and it is.
This piece was here. So we just cut it. We got enough left on here, barely, to glue this together. So we're gonna
primer the heck out of it.
Primer this to get this to kind of eat this old glue up a little bit and give it something to bond to.
Now plan B
Plan B, if this for whatever doesn't work, we buy a new union because this one's glued together.
Right.
And then we just buy one threaded fitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's plan B.
Yeah.
So, but that's not what we should need. So, horizontal use, this side up. This one has a little flapper valve in here like this. This one was actually kind of a spring valve that would open like so. So, that's what we got going on.
The primer will hopefully get all that leftover glue eaten off.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and primer these two. Now, Erica had a concern that this one was going to be longer. Under your normal situation, that could be a valid concern, but one end is movable because of this flexible hose. So
we're good.
I could make it 2 feet longer, and as long as that hose reached it, it wouldn't matter. So we probably have some 3/4 pipe laying around, but I was at the store and I didn't want to go back to the store, so I bought a small piece of 3/4 pipe.
It's never a bad thing to have certain this and that plumbing fittings anyway.
Yep. So, you like that length?
For which part?
From the
90?
Yeah.
Sure. That gives us good stuff to work with.
Okay. You can get that at Home Depot or at Amazon if you like. Cuts up to 2-inch pipe.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of mileage out of that tool, actually.
I've used it quite a bit. I remember the first time I seen it, I was like, I gotta get me one of those. And I did. There's always a use for a tool.
So, yeah. There's primer on both sides of that?
Yep. Right.
Did you prime the end coming out of the ground?
I have not done that yet.
Did you rotate it?
I got it on my tool.
That's how you'll know it's yours.
On my tool. Well, I've only ever seen one other person in this county with it. This is a big county. Flow. This is the outlet. That's the important part.
The outlet needs to go by the
right here.
90, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Horizontal, this side up.
Okay.
So we want to make sure it's about like so.
Fabulous.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Better get the burrs out of that. There's glue burrs in there.
Yeah, we just put a little more primer in there. Someone wanted to come do something about some mosquitoes. I wouldn't tell you no.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to come pull some star thistle. We could talk.
Yeah. Beekeepers love it. Everybody else hates it.
Okay, we are going to primer up our end once we clean some stuff off around here. If you're not doing big jobs, don't buy big cans of glue.
Yep, it goes bad.
Yeah, you can have a hard time getting the getting the lids off.
Well, and it can get all gummy and gross.
Yeah, it'll get all gummy and won't glue properly. This might be borderline.
I found another can in the closet.
Well, I bought a can the other day too, just in case. So. It's a little shorter than the ground than we might like, but it'll work.
Can always dig it out.
Yeah.
Now, after we put it back together and everything, we're going to let it sit for at least 24 hours before we test it out.
Yep.
That gives everything the best chance to set up.
Yep. And we're going to connect this union to keep critters out.
William's got a mountain manicure.
At least it's not all over my town pants.
Yeah. What are you doing still wearing your town pants?
I don't know. I didn't want to change too much. Famous last words. The job won't take too long.
You might live in the country when you have town pants. Moment of truth. It's been about 36 hours. We're going to see if this works. Or if we're going to get wet.